Day. Through history's process, many human ways and traditions have been changed from its original form. In this video, we go through our team essay and explain how. Starting with our introduction, from the beginning of human evolution, people have developed multiple traditions around the year. These traditions are all different and even result from regional areas, cultural purposes, ethnicity, and religions. In the United States and some other countries, the holidays Valentine's Day and Christmas are celebrated every year. The original intentions of these holidays have been conformed and twisted from its origin. The origin of the holiday Christmas is a religious narrative of the birth of the main religious figure of Christianity, Jesus. Valentine's Day originates through the Romans by their celebration of their feast of Lupercalia, where they would then feed on women and couple them with men for the rest of the festival through a drawing. This would take place on February 13th to the 15th, April 2011. These holidays, which once had true meaning, have now become capitalized and turned unconventional. The process of writing an introduction is first finding a topic. Once you have your topic, you should research it and then make sure you can find enough factual information to support your topic. Next, you need to write a thesis statement. This will go at the end of the introduction. After doing so, write your hooking sentence to draw your readers in. Personally, I like to provide a little background to introduce my topic. Next, you will need to add some filler information and set the pace and the chronological format for your essay. Lastly, add your thesis sentence and be sure that it can provide an easy transition into your first body paragraph. When you're done with these steps, look over your introduction, fix any mistakes that are grammatical, citational, and even change your choice of words or sentence lengths. This is what that can look like. Ethnicity to ethnicities, Sequel 2011 to Sequel The Dark Origins of Valentine's Day.
Like so many other major holidays celebrated around the world and in the United States, Christmas has become heavily commercialized and shadowed from its true meanings and origins. Oftentimes, civilization disregards the history of Christmas and is drawn in by the retail aspect, but this can prevail to be nothing less than confusing and weird. No one truly knows how every individual celebrates Christmas, whether through worshiping Jesus Christ, marking the calendar to share joy with neighbors, or even just for a festive occasion. In today's culture, all of this is mixed into practically a full month of festivities. It is no coincidence that Christmas falls near the darkest time of the year. In fact, this is why so many households across the world hang lights and put up Christmas trees. In the historic religion of paganism, pagans celebrated this time of year by bringing evergreens into their homes and lighting candles, celebrating that the new year is coming and longer, warmer days are ahead. People still use these traditions through Christmas decoration, hanging lights, and gift giving to friends and family. The aspects of gift giving, Santa Claus, and church going all come from different origins. The Christian origins of Christmas are known to people across the world. The celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, as well as the gift giving of St. Nicholas. The birth of Jesus Christ and the practice of going to church during the holidays has not lost its way. However, the idea of St. Nicholas has taken a drastic turn. St. Nicholas, in the teachings of the church, is characterized as a man who blesses people with the gifts of life, joy, and happiness. Over several centuries, he has morphed into a materialistic gift giver who comes down the chimney on the eve of Christmas. How this came to be is unknown. In the early 1800s, religious groups began renaming the saint with titles such as Sinta Nicholas and Sinterklaas that brought small toys and gifts to children. This trend is known to be rooted in Northern Europe and the early America. Over the course of hundreds of years, Americans and so many others lost even more of its touch to what Christmas was meant to be and officially renamed this saint Santa Claus, a jolly old fat man that lives forever, builds toys, lives in the North Pole, and rides a sleigh with reindeer. December has days full of record deals, holiday bonuses, and packed stores with eager shoppers. It is safe to say that the Christmas we know today is not what it was meant to be. While Christmas comes from several origins, religions, traditions, and has been commercialized heavily, the only thing that is truly known about Christmas is that it can be fun, merry, and just flat out weird.
This video explains the commercialization of Valentine's Day.
spending to spoil your sweetheart, especially when consumers are expected to spend close to $200 on average and a record $27.4 billion this year, according to the National Retail Federation. Was it always this way? No. Blame the United States for the radical transformation.
Akin to Christmas, Valentine's Day has also become very commercialized and is a stark contrast to its origins. As mentioned before, the concept of Valentine's Day can be traced back to the ancient Roman holiday of Lupercalia. This feast would last from February 13th to the 15th and would start with the sacrifice of a male dog and goat performed by the Luperci, who were a group of Roman priests. After this sacrifice, the men would beat the women with the hides of these slain animals. Many of these women were very open to receiving these lashes and would line the streets in anticipation, as this was believed to increase fertility. Following this, the names of women would be drawn by the men in order to be matched with them for the duration of the feast, and sometimes in longer in cases. It is also speculated that the legends of Saint Valentine heavily influenced Valentine's Day, as well as being its namesake. These legends mainly focus on the fact that Saint Valentine was imprisoned for marrying many Christians in secret and eventually being executed for it. The modern take on Valentine's Day is extremely different compared to its predecessor. Instead of being driven by sex and violence, it is now centered around pure unadulterated love. However, this idea of love is being viewed through consumerist lenses. Americans express their apparent love through spending money in the tens of billions yearly on extravagant gifts such as giant stuffed animals, intricate jewelry, huge bouquets of flowers, and much more, solely for the sake of fulfilling the idea of Valentine's Day that the American capitalism and consumerism have produced. Valentine's Day was once known as being an often forgotten old world saint's day, and is a perfect example of how consumerism can warp meanings and traditions into something that is aesthetically pleasing enough to market to an audience.
In our conclusion, the topic sentence is that holidays have been morphed from the cultural origin to a capitalistic tradition. Then in the underlined red and purple, we talk about Christmas and Valentine's Day's true origin and what it has changed into. And then the last sentence is the statement of the thesis. In our activity, what is the thesis of the essay? 1. Holidays should not be celebrated in the U.S. 2. Valentine's Day is wrong. 3. Holidays are stripped from its origin and commercialized. 4. Christmas was derived from Mexico. 3. What are the two holidays in this essay? 1. Halloween and St. Patrick's Day. 2. Christmas and Valentine's Day. 3. Thanksgiving and New Year's. Or 4. 4th of July and Veterans Day. It is 2. Christmas and Valentine's Day. This is our bibliography.